Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney. This afternoon, the FBI says its National Threat Operations Center has received more than 20,000 tips in the Nancy Guthrie case since February 1st. They say agents are working around the clock, answering calls to the 1-800-CALL-FBI tip line and reviewing submissions online. A reward of up to $100,000 from the agency remains in place for information leading to Nancy Guthrie's location or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance. But it's not just the FBI. The search for at least many people from the nonprofit community involved also has gone international now. Monica Garcia joins us live in the Catalina foothills once again with the very latest. Monica, what is the update today?
Hey there, Sean. I can tell you that a well-known nonprofit group out of Mexico is joining that search, putting the word out about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, sharing her image, as well as sharing the image of the suspect all across Mexico. And to give you an idea, they have about 3,000 members all across Mexico. So if somebody has disappeared across our border, this is usually the group that you turn to. And they're also tonight offering some insight, because if anybody knows what it's like to have someone close to them that they love disappear, they know this, because the group is called Madres Buscadores de Sonora. So these are the Searching Mothers of Sonora group, and clearly by their name, they've had a family member. Many of them, their sons or daughters have disappeared in Mexico, and they do operate just south of the Arizona border, searching in areas many migrant and smugglers travel through, which is why they say they felt compelled to weigh in on this case here in southern Arizona. Since forming the group, they have grown to nearly 3,000 members, as I just mentioned. They search for missing loved ones, often in dangerous areas known for smuggling routes as well as cartel territory. They say they have helped resolve about 5,000 cases. That's reconnecting families with their loved ones, whether they're found alive or identified after death. And now they've posted Nancy Guthrie's flyer across their social media platforms, expanding awareness of her disappearance in Mexico. The group's organizer told me that they do not know whether Nancy is in Mexico, but she said from their experience, it can be extremely difficult to move someone across the border without being detected, especially with the number of cameras and surveillance systems on the U.S. side. Of course, she added that in rare cases, traffickers attempt to conceal people inside vehicles, possibly in a trunk, to avoid detection, but they emphasize they have no information about this case. They're here to offer insight. In fact, they came out to Nancy Guthrie's house this afternoon, and we spoke with one of the members.
I came here because since I found out about this woman gone missing, I felt the need of coming to support and empathize with the family, because I know they're suffering a lot for her disappearance. My son went missing as well, so I share the same pain.
All right, so the very latest from the Sheriff's Department tonight, they say they are continuing to follow up on thousands of leads, including the theory that Nancy Guthrie might be in Mexico. Live from the foothills, I'm Monica Garcia. Sean, back to you.
Right, that search area certainly expanding, and investigators in the Nancy Guthrie case are still appealing to residents in the area, though, this afternoon. And they're asking for any videos or images of vehicles or anything suspicious looking in a specific radius. And you see it right there within Campbell Avenue to Ina Road to La Cholla and River Road as well. Investigators say they're looking for any leads, especially doorbell or surveillance video from the night of January 11th between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. and from January 31st to February 1st overnight between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. They say no detail is too small, and even footage of passing cars could help in their search. We have a link on our website at KVOA.com where you can submit your video. Investigators just ask that you include your address and the date and time that video was captured. Once again, here is the video. We have shown it to you many times, captured by the doorbell camera at Nancy Guthrie's home. And investigators say it has never been more important to share the description of that suspect. They say they believe it is a man between 5'9" and 5'10" tall. That person wearing gloves, as we've been discussing, and a ski mask as well. That person was also carrying a black Ozark trail hiker pack and has what appeared to be a gun at their waist. And of course, if you have any information on the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, you're asked to call 1-800-CALL-FBI.